Comma. All right. We should be live. How about that? Little test stream for the High Noon Hemp Show. See the background. We have a new background we can put up. I can put up like overlays and do graphics, and we can play pictures and videos and all kinds of stuff. We use a vMix for the streaming of the show we have for 118 episodes or whatever, but it's just glitchy and it's sensitive. And if there's something wrong with the internet, it just gives me all kinds of problems. And so this is StreamYard. So you can tell us what you think. I'm, of course, Joe Clare, a.k.a. Stoner Jesus. And he is Beach, of course, high above the Temptations in Sharonville. Let me go make sure that these are streaming correctly.
We are on YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube, just so you
know.
I have verified that. Welcome, everyone, to the High Noon Hemp Show, a Thursday version. Normally, we are here on Wednesdays, also using a new format. And so bear with us as we learn.
Yes.
The vMix basically just gave up. And so, you know what? We're just going to go to this, and we can have guests, I believe, using this software. And so...
and we're live on Facebook, too, so that works.
Live on Facebook. Welcome, everyone, again. Sorry about yesterday's glitches. Hopefully, we're going to get it worked out. This is the first time we've used this platform, so to speak. And so
Indeed.
we're gonna grow with it. It's gonna grow with us, and we're all gonna be okay. Hopefully, getting through that. I'm bigger here. I think people might enjoy that.
It has cool capabilities. I've noticed on other shows, like right here, like my head will be comparable to other people's heads, but then when I do this, it just becomes very large.
I think that's what
in your face.
I've heard rumors that that's what people like when they watch these things. I don't know.
I want my head to be as big as possible.
Yeah, I don't know if people really want to look at me that closely. Again, welcome everyone to a special Thursday version. We'll be back Wednesday with our regular routine. We're trying this new software out. So far, it's so good.
Indeed.
And so, again, welcome. Let's get right on to seeing if we can show some pictures.
Let us see. I was not prepared for this, but I'm moving on the fly.
He's going to give it the old college try.
Now I will have to share my screen. Now, hopefully that doesn't cause things to go haywire. We're going to give it a shot here.
We'll see.
Go over here, put it here, do this right there. And we should be able to see it. Look at that.
There are the wild hemps. That's right. 4 from my store. I'm sorry, it is true. 4 from the store, 1 from my door on the product spotlight. The first one, these are new hemp wraps. The hemp wraps are going over like crazy. Again, there's no tobacco in them, which is definitely a benefit. And these are from the Wild Hemp Company. We carry their products already. We have the Wild Hemp Hempettes, as they call them, and we have the Wild Hemp disposable CBDs. Now we have the Wild Hemp Wraps, again, that are very popular in that world. Ooh, look at that graphic. New little.
I know. Look at me building the show on the fly.
That's it. Here we are.
Producer extraordinaire.
The second one is a new product to us. These are, speaking of hempettes, the smokes, filtered smokes, but these are the Wilfred, officially licensed Wilfred CBD smokes that we just got in. If you don't know about Wilfred, there's an Australian version and then an American version of show, and it's where a human talks to the dog like they're a human, but they're the only ones that know that. And Wilfred really likes his cannabis. I'm going to tell you. If you go and you watch the Australian version, it opens the very first scene as Wilfred sitting on the couch, the dog, mind you, the dog, enjoying his cannabis. And so I'm happy to support them. It's a great show. Very funny, very funny. And he does they do a brilliant job of like behind the scenes, like him acting like a dog. Let's say behind the scenes, like just him like being at home, and that's him like tearing something. I mean, just act like, oh, he's brilliant. It's brilliant. Anyway, so hopefully, don't want to spoil it. He may be a guest now that we can do guests on the show. So
indeed,
we'll see about that. The Temptations, Delta 8. Delta 8's a big subject right now. I'm going to talk more about Delta 8 at the end of the show. My thoughts this week are going to be on Delta 8 because we're seeing all kinds of interesting things being talked about. Um, and so we have our now Delta 8 gummies. Of course, we do the CBD gummies. We have our own tincture as well. But now we have our gummies in Delta 8. And the gummies are selling very well in the Delta 8. There's no doubt about that, as well as the next product, which is the Delta 8 carts. And so, again, if you don't know anything about Delta 8, it is another cannabinoid. It's you have THC, basically Delta 9, and then you have THC also, or Delta 8. Delta 8 can be extracted from industrial hemp, so therefore it's 100% legal. I'll talk about that more later. There's, with CBD, we like to say that, it's working when you don't feel anything because it just kind of takes care of the problem. This Delta 8 is, that's why it's kind of becoming a little bit of controversy is because, and I think I mentioned this earlier, is, you have CBD here and you have THC here. Well, Delta 8 is kind of here. And so there's a little bit of side effects. Um, I think it's for what it helps people with a little bit more potent, but it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not all crazy. And so, we're seeing nausea issues helping. I think with Delta 8, the more research that I'm doing, and again, we need more research, but there you have it, 4 from the store. Now, the one from my door, as you can see, I'm not wearing a hat or anything in my hair, which is a phenomenon for me because I wear a hat 99% of the time, and then the other 1%, I wear a headband. But recently, my new haircut and all, I'm trying to change things up a little bit, spice it up with the showing off the hair, because as you can see, my hair is not turning, it is a little bit gray. My beard went gray white like 10 years ago. My hair, which I cover up every day, is still, a nice, not gray. Not that I care. I don't care. I wholeheartedly expect to go white someday, just like my father, just like my grandfather.
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, getting back to my products, one of these is new, the Marrakesh on the left. That's a hair volumizer. That product is being currently made, and you can purchase it online. The Love product is actually a styling gel that I had from years and years ago when I had short hair. And the Love I don't believe that product exists anymore. I believe that it probably moved more into the Marrakesh line of their products. And so you can still get styling gel and all that under the Marrakesh name. But I had this, still seems to be good, and so I use it because that's why I don't get rid of anything. Eventually, I'm going to find a purpose for it. And so those are the products from my door this week: hair volumizer and hair gel on the product spotlight. As you can see, I've got my 80s feathered hair going on. I kind of look back to, the Greg. You have to look up Greg Evigan. BJ and the Bear was the big Greg Evigan show that I was a fan of. You can't find that anywhere, but it was, the medium length feathered hair look was big in the late 80s or the 80s. So I'm not really trying. I don't know if I'm trying to bring back the 80s or not, but
Here we go. Stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody, for just joining us, this is a test stream of the show. It's officially episode 10 or episode 11 of season 10.
Yes.
And because it says test stream right now, I'll fix all that later. I want to make sure that all this is going to work. The background will be better. Beach has 25 years of experience now, but I couldn't find that graphic. The banners will be better, not just the bare bones stuff. Everything will look cooler. And I'll experiment more with making headers and then creating stuff on here.
By the time season 11 comes along.
That's right. We'll have it together at some point.
We'll have this new system all together, all new again.
The important thing is you're seeing us, and that is the key. Of course, for the first time on StreamYard, the greatest segment of all time. See if it translates to a different platform, but I think it will because people clamor. They clamor for the beachwear segment. They want to know the answer to my question that I ask every single week, and that is, what are you wearing beach?
Well, I was feeling very early 90s, I suppose, with my all black outfit. This was the grunge and the goth years. Mid 90s, I suppose, were really the goth years, but all black, just feeling kind of all black yesterday. And well, because this is when this is what I actually wore yesterday for the show. To be clear, even though I have
Yes.
all black on mostly today, but you can see my Young Maven printed here hemp license plate shirt. My I Love Bad briefs, my hempest pants. Of course, tucked in my pocket there is my Green Springs Technology pen. Kind hemp socks. You can tell by the water droplet there, the little water droplet on the socks, that those are kind hemp socks. And my Adidas Sambas. So if you like to wear black, and I know a lot of you do, so the people that wear all black almost all the time. So if you're out there and you want to wear all black and you like to wear black, you can do it with hemp. Find that hemp stuff that's all black.
Indeed.
All right. On to some news. We do have some interesting, we got a lot of picks.
First, I want to point out, and because I don't know if this is a glitch or not, I don't know if it's a streamer thing or what, but just now we had 21 people watching on Facebook. Now it says 15.
Oh, no.
That's way more than Facebook has ever told that we were on live.
Thank you, everyone on Facebook.
Maybe that's a streamer thing. I have no idea. I have no idea what that is, but hi, everybody. Facebook's telling you we're live. How about that?
Thank you for watching. We so appreciate you being here. I've got a couple on YouTube. Thank you for watching on YouTube. And thank you for watching later, if you're watching later, because you're still getting your hemp knowledge no matter when you are, or possibly just listening to the hemp knowledge, which doesn't make the news as much fun, because I have been showing a lot of pictures recently in the news, because I feel like exponentially all of a sudden, man, we're just seeing so much stuff being made out of hemp. It's just freaking brilliant. It's just, I'm blown away. And maybe it was just this month. I don't know. But so much more stuff being made out of hemp that's not CBD, which is the real world I'm from. I love CBD. CBD helps tons of people and is great. But when it comes to industrial hemp, it can help tons of people, and it's great for the planet. This first pick is a pick of a product from Weekday. Now, what these guys are doing, once again, and I've been talking about this because it is brilliant what they're doing. They're making a product called AgriLoop, and what it's a technology that transforms food crop waste into usable fibers. Okay, this particular outfit was made from food crop waste, hemp seed grain, where it was. And so once again, AgriLoop, it takes, say, the rest of the hemp from the field after you've gotten the grain out of it, and then uses that fiber that's in the stalks to make something from it. This is true for the CBD industry, which is something I've been saying for a long time. Is the CBD industry is just using the flower, and I don't know what they're doing with the rest of the plant. I know some people are doing great things. I know one company, CBD company, was actually making the covers for the fields out of their extra hemp, so they could roll out the covers and just protect. It's a weed preventer, is what it is, and then next year's crop with the waste from their CBD flower, and so. That fiber is still good. It may be short because it's not a tall plant when it grows for CBD. That shiv, or bast as we call it in the hemp world for some reason, that's still good. So you could still build houses out of it, make kitty litter or whatever out of that shell of what's left over from the food grain crop or the CBD crop. And so that's awesome for this AgriLoop, or in the name of the clothing company is Weekday, I believe. Um, Here's some more. I've showed my sunglasses, and the last couple of weeks. Well, here's another company over in the UK who's making hemp frame sunglasses, and these are definitely more on the what I would call, say, late '80s, early '90s style of, and it's still a very popular style of sunglasses. I'm not knocking it, but this style definitely was huge back in that day. I feel like I'm going back in time with all this hemp
Yeah.
stuff as well this week. So I'm not sure what that's about. We have a new platform, but the products seem like their styles going back in time. But this is Hindsight Edge. This company's name is Hindsight. These are the Edge style of sunglasses, and again, they're incorporating hemp. Um, and then they also have a hemp and plastic frame as well, but handcrafted in Scotland. Not cheap for sure, but super cool what they're doing. There's no hemp sunglasses companies in the United States yet, but there are two over in Europe that are making a name for themselves. Well, at least one for the hemp eyewear. They're making a name for themselves because they've been around for years. They probably have 6 to 8 different hemp frames to choose from at this point. And so I think Hindsight might be new to the game, but they're making different styles. They're not trying to directly compete with what hemp eyewear is doing, which is smart as well. Um, Article about dog harnesses this week. And again, it was saying like the best ones, best for this, best for that, best for this. The best natural one was made out of hemp. Of course it was. We sell a similar style dog harness in the stores. I think smaller ones. We can get whatever size you need. If you do need one, let me know. Let us know. We can try to get that in stock for you. Um, but they are great. Of course, Josie wears a hemp collar when she wears a collar as well. That's our dog. If you don't know. Um, Well, in an article that I found supporting CBD and massage, when I was just talking about this, TohiSpa.com is our family here in Cincinnati, and if you want to, and again, those massages, Mary's massages are standard CBD. There's no upcharge or anything for it. Um, but basically, they're saying in the article that massage therapists may use CBD topically with the awareness that spot treatments and full body massage provide different benefits. And so, once again, whether you're targeting an area or doing a full body, it kind of works differently as far as the benefits go. Um, Adding topical CBD works locally on the endocannabinoid system receptors within the skin and does not get absorbed into circulation and doesn't act systematically, which is what I've always said. If you use CBD, THC, whatever, topically, it does not make it into the bloodstream. It does not make it into the circulatory system to get moved around in the body like when you use it sublingually, vape it, smoke it. Those things are instantaneously absorbed into the circulatory system and then hit the brain's receptors, and then it's pushed out to where the body needs it. Maybe those topical areas, it may be where you need it. It's targeting it because it knows that it needs to go there. Again, with the topical use, you can target it, really work that area and put that CBD in there. Or with a full body, I think that really causes when you get a massage, your body kind of feels soft and calm anyway. The CBD just helps with that even more. Uh, it's an interesting side effect of the massage that is, one reason why you get massaged. I think that with the targeted area, that's kind of more even where, again, Amy was bringing up on one of the shows, commenting on how sometimes to target an area, it hurts, and then you get the relief later. Well, using CBD in that, obviously it's going to benefit that targeted area with the massage, um, and have more beneficial to that, obviously, that area that you needed that help with. And so don't forget Tohi Spa. Tohi. I didn't spell it last week or when I talked about it before, which was really my fault. Tohi is spelled Tohi. Um, and it's basically a Native American term for peace and tranquility, I believe. I'm going to have to
Hmm.
ask Mary again. But Tohi Spa, TOHISPA.com. If you're in the Cincinnati area, um, you can go to the website, get a hold of her. And again, her massages are standard CBD, no upcharge. It's just her prices reflect using CBD and hemp oil. By the way, it's an all hemp spa for the most part. That's what we do. Um, and so enjoy. And no matter where you are, if you can get a massage with CBD, go enjoy that. It has great therapeutic value. I do not question it for 1 minute. That may be my opinion, but my opinion is massages have great therapeutic value. I think both mentally and physically, in all honesty. Um, Here's an interesting study from the Dental College of Georgia. Okay, now this is the Dental College of Georgia, mind you, but they found that a 2-week course of high doses of CBD helped restore the functions of 2 proteins key to reducing the accumulation of beta amyloid plaque, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease, and improves cognition. I'm sorry, I'm flaking on this word. In an experimental model of early onset familial Alzheimer's. Okay. And so, once again, I'm not sure what the correlation was between the Dental College of Georgia studying Alzheimer's, but maybe they were studying the chemicals in something like that. I don't know. But all of a sudden, we're doing a study on CBD and Alzheimer's, and it benefits. And again, these were high doses. I don't know what that means. I don't know what, you know, more room to improve, or more room to study, I should say, to find out what those doses really are. Alzheimer's is probably, in my opinion, one of the most tragic diseases that you can get. My grandmother, step grandmother, had Alzheimer's, and listening to my dad try to convince her for 10 minutes on the phone that he was her son,
Oh.
is unbelievable. The you know it's such a it happens for such a long period of time, and it's just amazing how awful it is. And so, if we can improve people's lives, especially with Alzheimer's, um, it's the families that, it's tragic too. But watching a person go through it is it's awful. It's awful. No one should have to go through that. And so, here's CBD. Let's get the Alzheimer's people using CBD, because we're seeing that it's helping. And so more studies, hopefully, to prove that, and to help with that one, as much as it's helping with so many other tragic diseases that affect people. And so, good job, Dental College of Georgia. I don't know why you decided to study that, but it's going to get the ball rolling, I guarantee you, soon. Here is the pic of, now this Mashable video. There's actually multiple pics inside this pic, but these pics actually came from a Mashable video that I watched on a building material that's called Cob, COB. What Cob is, it's a building material made from subsoil, water, fibrous organic material, and sometimes lime. Now, Do we have that pick?
So was I supposed to have a pick of that? Because what I have
Uh,
is the hemp car pick, and I have the faux leather pick. Is all I have left.
I didn't send it over.
Oh crap.
But anyway, the pick basically just showed how they were using different fibers to study what was best. Hemp was one of them, so I had a picture of that. Um, but basically, the gist of the article is, and I've been saying this for as long as I've been talking about the industrial uses of the true industrial uses of hemp. Um, you could grow the hemp on the property, build a house out of it, out of everything on the property. And this cob then would incorporate that because you would use the soil from the property, you would use the hemp from the property, um, and the water. If you have to have property with water on it, I guess. But if you had water and obviously soil to work with, and you could grow the hemp, then you could literally build your house from the ground up with all your own stuff. no big trucks coming in, no beep 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 beep, not this, that, and all the other. But mix up your own cob from your own property, and build your house with it. Which is, here's the deal: cob is, once again, I believe, one of the traditionally accepted ways to build with in a lot of Europe. And that means, like, when they go back to restore places, you will see that they use a lot of hemp in that restoration because it's natural, it's better for the planet, and it's one of the accepted building ways. And I think with this cob, I think it's because it's big over in Europe. That's one reason why too, because it's more natural. It's definitely on a cleaner version than a lot of other ways to build. And so that was pretty cool. If you want to try, I'll try to have that pick next week. I don't remember where. I think I saw the video on Facebook, but again, it's Mashable. I don't know if you can go to mashable.com and just search for hemp and cob, but it's pretty neat. It was a pretty neat little video of them showing how they use different stuff, but hemp was the main focus in this one particular cob. Okay, well, we know we have a pick of some leather, but guess what, folks? It is not leather. This is 100% faux leather. And what's going on here is a shoe company named Allbirds is investing in Natural Fiber Welding, which is the company, Natural Fiber Welding, that is actually making this 100% no cow included leather. It's called Mirium. They call it Mirium, Mirium, and it's 100% plant-based, using rubber, vegetable oil, and natural fibers like hemp and cork. And so, what an awesome thing for Natural Fiber Welding to come up with. Once again, if the last leather on the planet is more cows that we didn't have to kill for the leather. The one thing I can commend the cattle industry on is they use 100% of the cow, and so leather is part of that. But if we can eat hemp burgers and have hemp leather, why do we need the cow? We don't. Let them all free, like in India. Somehow they still make it work with their street cows. Everywhere you go, there's street cows. I do have a very good picture of street cows from India that maybe I'll share someday. But again, you're just going down the road, and no matter what it is you're in, and if the cows come through, you yield to the cows. They have the right of way. Okay. And so, good for them for getting to survive and not be made out of meat and all that other stuff. That's for sure. All right, let's get on to the events. The picture of the car, little spoiler, is part of the events. And so let's see, we got March 18th and 19th coming up in a week or so, the annual Michigan Cannabis Industrial Marketplace. This is at the Frankenmuth Credit Union in Birch Run, Michigan. So if you're anywhere near around there and you want to go check out what's going on in Michigan, because there's a lot of cannabis stuff going on in Michigan, that's for sure. I like that it's the industrial marketplace. So hopefully we'll see. I'm not sure what that means. It could mean a couple different things, I suppose, in Michigan. But NOCO, folks, 2 weeks or so. Get your plans, get your tickets, get you going, get involved. NOCO's the big one. As you can see here, I didn't turn off my phone. The alarms are going off because this year at NOCO, they're going to have this particular hemp vehicle, which is super cool. It's a rebodied, they call it rebodied Mazda Miata. And so made out of hemp composite. We've seen hemp composite cars before. And hopefully we are going to see more of them in the future. There's been a couple that were, we were hoping would go to production and never did. There's been some that went to production, very limited. As we know, BMW uses a lot of the hemp composite in their doors and other things, and Mercedes, and a lot of car companies are starting to use it. But the body, they say, is lighter than just about any other material that you can use. It's the bio-epoxy. It's woven hemp and bio-epoxy, carbon negative, lighter than steel, aluminum, fiberglass. And so I'm sure that we'll have to have rigorous body testing strength to figure out, street legality. I suppose, I don't know if there's actually street legality in body strength, but probably for certain recommendations to consider yourself safe, you would want that. There's the famous picture of Henry Ford taking a sledgehammer to the fender of a car. That car was made out of hemp composite, all natural composites, including hemp. So that being said, I think you can make a pretty strong vehicle from it. And so get to NOCO, check it out. You might even get to touch it. I don't know if you want to touch it, but you might be able to touch it. As long as you're wearing a mask. No. Wash your hands. April 7th, we will be celebrating Charlotte Fiji Day. Fiji. I've been figuring out how to say her name, and I should. We all know her as Charlotte from Charlotte's Web, which started the uphill battle to provide CBD to those who need it. And now we are where we are. They were definitely a big part of how we got to where we are right now with industrial hemp being legal, and that including CBD. April 8th and 9th, the Kentucky Hemp Association is going to do a virtual conference. It's going to include presentations from U.S. Senator Rand Paul, Kentucky Agricultural Commissioner Ryan Quarles, Chief of the USDA Domestic Hemp Production Program, and Mr. Bill Richmond, and university researchers, hemp farmers, and hemp businesses. So this is going to include a little bit of everything. I think this is a good one, not necessarily if you're just in Kentucky, but anywhere, because I think you can probably learn a lot from what they are doing in Kentucky and how they're doing it, as well as obviously the chief of the USDA domestic hemp production. That's probably someone you want to learn something from, because, whether they're doing it right or not with the USDA, he's the man to listen to. He's pretty much ahead of it all. April 17th, 18th, you've got the Pennsylvania Cannabis Festival in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. April 24th, the Kentucky CBD Hemp Show in Frankfort, Kentucky. And May 19th and the 20th, you've got the Ohio and Kentucky Cannabis and Hemp Expo at the Duke Energy Convention Center right here in lovely Cincinnati, Ohio. So if you're coming in for that, you can check out one of the locations of Hemptations if you see fit. Largest selection of hemp on the planet. I haven't said that in a while. I'm saying it now because it's still true. We have the largest selection of hemp on the planet, including CBD. I can roughly say that we have a lot of CBD products added to what was the largest selection of hemp before CBD was around. So that's about it. That takes us out to June with events. I did not have any questions this week, but as I said, my thoughts are on Delta 8. Yes, if you want to email me questions, feel free at hemptations@yahoo. You can ask me through Facebook, and you can go to the website, and there's a page there that you can email me. I will respond to your question probably immediately, but then I will address it on the show as well as I see fit. And again, you can ask me anything. I know a lot on hemp. I don't know about the rest of the world, so but you may not like my answer depending on what it is. This week, though, I do want to put a little thought to Delta 8. Delta 8 is becoming very popular in across the country. We're seeing a lot of articles on it. Recently, I've been in a discussion with someone who was kind of buying more into what I believe is kind of the fear aspect of Delta 8. Here's the deal. The DEA has already come out and tried to do something about Delta 8. They got immediately checked because it's extracted from industrial hemp and is 100% legal, not on the controlled substance list. Anything that comes from hemp, industrial hemp with the 0.3% or less Delta 9 is 100% legal. Okay. Now, recently, and this person sent me an article about how irresponsible it was to market the psychoactive effects of Delta 8. I think it's wrong to not talk to our customers about it because there is a little bit of more of, what we would call effect. And they should be aware of that if they're going to use it, if they're not aware of that. And we shouldn't hide from it because here's the deal. If the government wants to come and make Delta 8 illegal, they're going to. Why should we hide from them? Again, the more articles that we see out there talking about how people are using and enjoying Delta 8 for its therapeutic or effects, the more they're going to try because they try to stop everything we do that we enjoy.
Yeah.
So that they can either regulate it, tax it, or whatever. The stuff's already taxed. It doesn't need to be taxed anymore. It has therapeutic value. What would have to be done, and this is, again, my opinion on anything, is they have to prove that A, it's harmful, or B, the side effects are so severe that it's dangerous, as in you shouldn't drive a vehicle, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. So far, they haven't legitimately even done that with THC. We recently saw a European study that said, obviously, CBD has no effect on your ability to operate a motor vehicle. I don't think the CBG would, CBN would. If Delta 8 is that powerful, that those side effects are that extreme, that's the case, then I'm not saying that's not true, but you have to prove that. You have to prove that. And so, find out whether Delta 8 can help you. Find out whether you want to try Delta 8 or not, just like all the other cannabinoids that we talk about. And make that call for yourself. Sure, do it in a safe environment. I mean, I honestly would recommend someone trying CBD for the first time. I'm not, again, I know that they could probably drink a whole bottle of it and get home safely. But to be safe, you should try anything new in a controlled area. I don't, to be honest with you, it could be a food product because how do you know if you're not allergic to it for the first time? You don't want to be out driving around and have an allergic reaction to a food product if you don't know. And so the first time you try anything, why wouldn't it be smart to do that in a controlled environment where you feel safe? that just makes sense. Fact of the matter is, I think that people are actually, and this is the feedback I'm getting from our customers, um, enjoying the Delta 8 because they don't want that THC. Maybe they're getting a little bit, but again, they don't want the intensity of that. And that's the whole reason why we're seeing the benefits of CBD, CBG, CBN. It's because people don't want that intense THC. And so, we're just like anything, we picked it up pretty early. We're seeing success from our customers, um, and uh, and so, we're not going to hide from what it is because it's a part of industrial hemp. And you have to, again, this is the one thing I couldn't understand. This person was in a very powerful position with the hemp industry, and they were acting like they didn't want to support the entire plant, no matter what it is. And that to me is, even the HIA got on board with CBD and all those other things because it came from industrial hemp, where the HIA, the Hemp Industry Association, was adamantly against anything THC. And they still are, I think, adamantly against anything THC. But they wholeheartedly support everything that comes from industrial hemp. And so, if it's a part of the industry and you're a leader in this industry, then you have to support it and you have to defend it and you have to have the knowledge on it to speak on it, not post articles of other people's opinions. That's the big part of it all. Okay. If you're going to speak for hemp, speak your opinion, speak your facts. Don't just post other people's opinions and other people's facts. Well, I'll take their facts. I don't want their opinions. And to be honest with you, the only things that I want to see posted with facts are medical studies. I don't want to see any opinions about anything CBD or anything. I just want to see medical studies. That's all I want to see, because that's where I'm going to gain my knowledge, not from people's opinions of what's going on in the industry, but the facts of what's going on in the industry. And so there you have it. Beach thoughts on Delta 8, the newest, the biggest, the funnest, of all the new industrial hemp cannabinoids, I suppose. That once again, as we always do your own research. Don't get your research from someone trying to sell you a product. Um, get your research from someone that's, it's a study, or something like, or even a poll, because we're seeing a lot of, like, the Arthritic Society did a poll on CBD, and it was a lot of people. And so, those things mean more to me than anybody's opinion on what's going on in the industry. That's for sure. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for, I suppose. 25 years now of experience, um, doing research almost daily.
Yeah.
Almost daily. I do take the weekends off with my research, but it's a daily search. Even then, I'm still looking for hemp stuff. I don't. If I'm sitting at home and I'm chopping on my tablet, somehow I find hemp products. Um, and so, hopefully, I just found a line. Speaking of that, just last weekend I was looking at some stuff, but I found a line of cleaning, like a glass cleaner and stuff, that someone's making in Ohio, and I haven't heard back from them yet, using hemp oil in it. And so I'm very interested.
Wow. Wow.
I'm, very interested in some sanitizing products and cleaning products. Obviously, we have soap, liquid soap, and whatnot, bar soap, and that. But other cleaning products be super cool, obviously, to use natural, including hemp in them, which is the goal. It doesn't have to have hemp in it, but if you're going to make a product, at least make it natural. So it's good for the planet, not bad for the planet. All right, folks. Well, here we did it. Our first ever StreamYard production. Got banners scrolling, stuff going on. I like it. I
That's
like
right.
it. This is going to be the new way to do things.
Oh, spoke too soon. See? You say good things. When you praise something, this is the kind of trouble that you get into. We get frozen beach. The timing of that, by the way, was perfect. Beach was being effusive in his praise of the StreamYard and the connection and what we were doing here. And then he froze. It wasn't planned. It's just, karma, fate, destiny, whatever. Irony, if you will. That as soon as Beach started talking good about the system, he froze. But yeah, Temptations.com, 4 locations in Cincinnati, Toby Spa as well.com. And right then Beach is gone. So I don't know if Beach is coming back. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll message me. If not, we'll wrap things up. That's all we can do. But it went well. Beach said his internet dropped. Oh, that's a shame. But it was not the fault of the StreamYard system. That is good. So he wants me to close the show by myself. What does Beach always say, of course? Reduce, reuse, recycle, make everything else of hemp. Having Temptations. And then I say, see y'all next week.